Hey loves, welcome back, happy new year, or whatever. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I know that you're looking at the title and you're like, girl, what happened? What happened? But with every new year, people decide that they're gonna cut people off. And unfortunately, this year I was on the other end of the scissors. A moment of silence. So basically, this video is just how to deal with being the one who's cut off. It's a working title. By the time obviously this goes up, we'll have a better title, but basically that's the idea. So enjoy. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Stacey Nduta. Welcome to my Flossom world. Here we talk about lifestyle, skincare, and generally just growth, because that's what we're about on this channel. We want to live a good life. We want to live a good life. If that's not for you, then please don't subscribe. If that's for you, feel free to subscribe, like, and share this video so that other people can actually find me in this pit of the algorithm. Anyway, so today's video. So I know I'm being dramatic. That intro was a bit dramatic, but nothing that serious happened. I've just realized that my circle is getting smaller and smaller, and there's some sort of peace that has accumulated, or what's the word? I do not want to say, let me say it has just accumulated with the absence. So I'm wondering if, being cut off is actually a good thing. And I highly recommend it this year for your life. So this is just a story time, checking in. Also, it's my first video of the year, and I had to just take a break and, realign myself before just checking out videos and make you guys miss me a bit. So yes, let's get started. As usual, I have my notes and we have point number 1. So as much as I will laugh about being cut off, of course it's sad, but at the same time it actually has a form of duality. Can you hear my cat? Can you hear her? Ollie. She's been quiet. She's been quiet the whole day. But because I'm giving my phone attention, just a minute. Basically what I was saying is there's a duality in that moment, because a lot of people will just be like, yo, peace out, you never even did anything for me, blah 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 blah. But really that's just called denial. It's just called denial, babes. Just stop. The right way of dealing with being cut off is first and foremost grieving. Whether it's a space, an environment, a job, a relationship, friendship. Kwanza friendships, people don't tell you how bad it hurts when it gets to that point. So that's basically the first step. You just observe. You're like, okay, this has happened. And most of the times your intuition gives you, those things we call red flags, green flags, and all that. You can actually tell that something is dying or something needs to be let go. So it's just first the acceptance of the grieving of that, like the reality that this has ended, and that's how you start. Then the second one is, of course, acknowledging your emotions. There'll be a lot of emotions that will come up when perhaps either you notice this person has decided to cut you off, or when you realize that the energy shifted somewhere, like for example when you have a presentation at work and or with a client, and then suddenly they are not so receptive towards you. They you're butting heads. They suddenly have so many opinions about how you're doing so many things wrong, and you feel like you guys are not on the same page per se. And let me tell you, that one is really the hardest, because when I realize a client has figured a point which, as much as you're giving them value, they want to demand more and they're not meeting you money wise, it's usually such an awkward conversation, but you shall have it. And that moves us on to point number 3. Look, so the whatever has already happened, and the severing, let me call it that. And so you just look at the space, like you just have an awareness, let me call it that. Be aware of the space created by the absence of the person who's cut you off. Also look at how you contributed to that situation, because that's really important. And then that way you can actually plan for like the next time. You're like, okay, fine, this was my experience in such a space, or with such a person, or with such a client. How can I try and make sure that either I avoid that whole situation, or I don't have to experience that again. I know life doesn't exactly allow you to have such caveats. There goes my English. But basically, the idea of doing this is being able to feel your emotions of what you want. Because, something I've realized, and something I talk about a lot on this channel, is mindset. So please bear with me. But if you're forever in the frequency of, oh, this always happens to me, oh, all that inner bashing and criticism that you give yourself, you won't actually take a moment to step back and ask, okay, fine, this has happened. What are my lessons out of it? And also, how can you take up the space that has been left from the absence of this job, client, or relationship? And let me tell you, Mina, there is such freedom when your emotions are no longer the ones making decisions for you, because I feel like that's how a lot of us operate. I'm feeling angry, so I'll punch something, or I'll shout at someone, or I'm feeling sad, so I won't get any work done, even though there are so many other cogwheels that need attention. So yeah, something that I'm actually really realizing is that last step is awareness. Because if you're not aware of the space, resolutions for like future interactions, you just keep going through the cycle, and you're wondering how come I keep getting like the same clients, the same men in my life, the same results, my finances have been the same, everything is the same. It's like, it's called what? Groundhog Day. And yeah, so once you actually detach yourself from that situation, and because we always take things so personally. Imagine this person has never texted me, and how come you haven't texted them? I mean, like, is it that the phone only works one way, or what's happening? Oh, imagine this client has done this and that. Okay, where were they coming from? What was the situation before? Because something that people forget is people are reacting to something. It can be internal most of the time, but if you are in that environment with said person or party, you would have, like, you're catalyzing the situation in a way. We need to stop absolving ourselves, and that's something for 2022. The art of being cut off is simply understanding that, one, don't take shit personally. Like, don't. It's not even like that. Like, just accept that people are the way they are and don't try to change them. Focus on you. Focus on your response to things. Focus on your emotions. Focus on your triggers. And my motto for this year is to stay hydrated and to mind my own business. Because if it's not paying me, I should not even be giving it any attention. And something I love is that after working in media for so long, I had to, always know what's happening. And I feel like it took so much emotion to just stay up to date with everything. Last year, oh my God, I could stay off social media and feel nothing. People are telling me, oh, this happened. Oh my, because last year there was so much drama, but that's for another day. But you're getting the point that when you actually put your energy in things that replenish it, girl, you'll be out here glowing. yeah, that's the plan this year. To just glow, get my bag, and grow this channel. Because I am loving the response so far. The final point, or rather in conclusion, be comfortable with people cutting you off or letting you go. It's not a reflection of who you are. It never was, will never will be. Because them letting you go doesn't, the thing we do is, oh my God, like, they made me feel like this, or they paid me this much, la, 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 la. And then we forget that all that value based on the actions that they did, like within your space, they didn't take it away with them. They didn't. Like, you are still you. You're still amazing. You're still beautiful. You're still handsome for the men watching. Yes, you are. You're just this ball of complexity. It's like the way a ball of wool is. You just keep pulling at it, and at the beginning it's just lines and you don't know what direction it's going, but as you unravel you realize it's it's that line. So you are that, like, you have so much. You're not too much. It's just that you don't, at this point I'm just rambling, but my point was, get comfortable, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I remember the first time it happened, when I akukufa, she didn't die. It's just we separated. Friendship, she was like my best friend from high school, and it was till years later when I actually got the strength or the courage to actually talk to her and be like, as much as we fell out as friends, I'm acknowledging that this was the part I played. And she in fact just said, it's okay, imagine I understand. And it was such a nice conversation that I realized I was overthinking the whole thing. I completely blew out of proportion. But after having that conversation, it made me realize that, just because someone is no longer in your life doesn't mean, you don't wish them well or you don't want the best for them. That doesn't take it away. Because all that has happened is just that we are no longer on the same plane. We're no longer aligned to each other. Maybe our values have changed, our systems, our interests have changed, and that's okay. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please comment down below and tell me if you are the one cutting off people or you've been cut off as well. I mean, we'll need to start a support group at this point. I'm excited for this month. I have so many more videos for you guys, and I'm looking forward to helping you be your best self. So Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.